everyone, this is Nobel65, and, you know, a small little movie came out about 2-3 weeks ago. Very small little movie. It wasn't that big. I don't know, it's not like it was called X-Men Apocalypse. You know, very small little movie. So, this movie came out, like I said, about 2-3 weeks ago, and it's been getting a lot of mixed reviews. Like, here's a quick rundown of what some reviewers on the internet has been saying, so, there you go.
Stuckmann really enjoyed X-Men Apocalypse. Jeremy Jahns thought X-Men Apocalypse was just okay, but there are better ones out there. Black Nerd Comedy thinks X-Men Apocalypse was just okay, but he still had an enjoyable time watching it. Ralphthemoviemaker thought X-Men Apocalypse was a disaster and thought that it did everything wrong compared to X-Men Days of Future Past.
I'm basically here to ask if this movie is good or bad or not, because, again, like I just showed, there's a bunch of mixed reviews out there. And, what I think about the movie, first of all, is that I think X-Men Apocalypse is very good, alright? I really don't see any issues with the movie. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll get to the things I don't like about the movie first. I don't like Apocalypse. He was kind of like a Power Rangers villain. He kind of felt odd. His look was odd. But Oscar Isaac is a great actor, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, Apocalypse himself was just kind of like, eh. Plus, he was really small compared to the other ones, and for once, I'm actually going to say this, but I think they should have used CGI for Apocalypse, because he was super small, and I don't know, the effects were already okay in the movie, so I guess I see why they didn't do that, but again, I didn't like Apocalypse. I didn't like Jennifer Lawrence. I'm not even going to say Mystique, because it wasn't even really Mystique, it was just Jennifer Lawrence. Her acting was really stale and bland, and she didn't really look like she wanted to be there. She always kind of stared at the camera, kind of just like this. Yeah, that's basically Jennifer Lawrence. I'm not going to say Mystique, because that was not Mystique. She's barely even Mystique in the movie, so, hey, I guess that's just, yeah, whatever. I also didn't really like how the characters kind of came in with really no background to them. Like, I think like the only one who had a little bit of background was like, wait, let me think. I guess Cyclops had a little bit of background. Jean Grey had no background. Nightcrawler, none, because he just went in the stadium with Angel. Yeah, there's not really background to characters. And they took out a scene with like Jubilee in like a mall. And that would have been great for the movie. It would have gave the characters a little bit more background and stuff, but they took it out because this movie kind of acts more like a action movie, like a typical like Marvel Studios movie. Because it doesn't have a lot of scenes where it's just them standing somewhere and talking like some of the older X-Men movies. And I'm trying to keep this spoiler free. I'll say when I'm gonna start getting spoilers in a second. But yeah, that's another thing I didn't really like. I think that's about it. I really liked this movie. Again, I liked Magneto, and I loved Quicksilver, and that one Quicksilver scene was so cool that I was just like, oh my goodness. So, by the way, I'm gonna spoil something really quick, so I'm gonna do this when I'm done spoiling something, so you can like either mute your thing or I don't know what you want to do. Either you don't care, cause I'm getting ready to say some spoilers, and then you may want to plug your ears right now, because I'm going to say something, and then when I'm done, you can do this. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, close your ears now. So, I think one thing also I was kind of found weird was how Quicksilver didn't tell Magneto that that's his son, because if he would have told him that from like right now, I bet Magneto would have stopped everything. So, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah, tune back in. So, yeah, that's one thing I didn't really understand. It was kind of weird. It's just like, why didn't you tell him? So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I liked Magneto's character. He was really, really good. Like, they did a really good job with Magneto and how he was suffering. And I don't want to spoil this, so I'm only going to do that one spoilerific thing. But something happens to him in the movie that's really sad, and he did have like that no moment. I was just like, why? He could have just cried, but whatever. It doesn't bother me that much as a lot of people do. But yeah, he does have that, so it was like, oh, yeah, Hollywood. But either way, I thought it was great. Again, the Quicksilver scene was amazing. I loved it. Had the perfect music in the background for him. And I didn't like that one. The only shot that I didn't like from that one Quicksilver scene was when it was close up on his face and you see like the mansion. Yeah, that felt a little cheap. But other than that, it was fine. I love that scene where everyone's in and then Quicksilver just kind of saving everyone. It was really cool. So, again, yeah. Okay, so now I guess it's to answer the fact that, is this movie good or bad? Because, again, like I said, the reviewers, they don't know what to think about it and stuff. So I guess, the movie, I guess, if you were expecting this movie to be bad, I'd say, then I think you'll find the movie okay. Because, to be honest, I didn't really expect this movie to be that good either. Just by looking at the trailer, just like, oh no. It looks kind of CGI heavy, if you know what I mean. And a lot of X-Men movies hasn't really been too CGI heavy, besides like X-Men 3. But that was a completely different director, so, and it was pretty bad, so not gonna count that one. Yeah, like I said, if you thought this movie was gonna be bad, I think you'll raise your expectations a little bit. But I really like this movie. I like how it tied in with the other ones, because Days of Future Past fixed everything, you know what I mean? So I like how it tied in with the other movies, and I think I'm like the only person who actually likes it being set in the 80s. Because think about it, the original X-Men show was taking place in the 80s, so I mean, I know that's when the show came out and everything, but hey, I think it's just, I like that. I like how it takes place in the 80s. They got the hair, like in the 80s. I liked it. I liked the 80s. And the costumes at the end were okay. I know a lot of people hated them because they were way too cheesy or something like that. But I thought they were okay, so I didn't mind them that much. I like how they were classic to like the 80s show, so I guess that's something you can compare it with. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let me say if it's going to be good or bad. So if you thought this movie was going to be very good, then I think you'll like it, because I liked it. Again, I thought the movie was going to be really bad, but I actually turned out really liking it. Besides Apocalypse, and the character story is not really being there, yada yada, and some of the effects were kind of eh. But, again, I think, overall, I think X-Men Apocalypse is a solid movie, whatever you expect it from the trailer. Like, the trailer really does judge if you're going to like this movie or not. If you're thinking about it, just like, this movie doesn't look all that good, I guess I'll go see it. I think it'll be alright for you, but if you thought this movie was going to be really good, I think you'll really enjoy it like you thought the trailer would be. So, yeah, that's all I gotta really say. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I know this is a short discussion. It's been a while since I've done a discussion. It was back on Batman v Superman, which is an awful movie. So, I didn't do one for Civil War because, I don't know, I felt like too many videos were coming out on that movie, so I just like, I'll take a break, and I felt like so many mixed reviews on X-Men Apocalypse was like, hey, it's a great video to make. So, yeah, this is discussion number 3, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.